Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be reviewing the M-VI-Yoh, which has just dropped in update 8.0, which of course came just a few hours ago. And the Yoh, so it's an okay tank. I don't think it's good. It's nothing like it used to be in terms of how OP it is. It used to be, you know, an absolutely broken tank before the nerf. But I also don't think they nerfed it too hard. I think they nerfed it a little too hard. I think the reload could have been a little shorter than what they did nerf it to, and I think it could have a little bit more mobility as well. But I don't think they nerfed it too horribly, over nerf. Because a lot of times when wargaming, when there's an OP tank in testing, wargaming will over nerf the tank because people, are saying it's so OP. But it wasn't totally the case for this tank. I think this tank is okay. Like I said, it has its strong points and its weak points. Of course, its strong points are going to be getting out that 900 clip potential damage in 1.7 seconds, which of course is a very, good OP, I guess you could say, thing about the tank. But then, of course, you have a 22-second reload after that, and that's, of course, the longest reload in the game at tier 10, if you're not counting, like a Kronwagen or something, So it is a very long reload for that 900 damage, and you really cannot play this tank, alone, or, going on a flank alone. You really have to have a teammate with you, because if a tank rushes you, there's about a 99% chance that they're just going to kill you. Unless they're like a low HP or something, they're probably going to kill you almost every time because of that just very low DPM and super long reload. Now, that's pretty much the main issue with the tank. The only other issue I have is it's a little slow for, I feel like. It could be a little faster because the armor profile, of course, you have those huge hatches, and you usually most of the time get pinned in the front. You don't bounce a lot of damage. I mean, you can bounce a decent amount, but it's not insanely reliable, like something like an IS-4. So I think it could have had a little more mobility, but overall, I don't think it's horrible. So I've had a few good games in this tank and quite a few pretty bad games in this tank, which I think is due to wargaming. Like, during this update, they changed something, and I've talked to other people and they all agree. The game feels different to play. Like, I can't shoot for some reason, I can't aim. It's really weird, and it's making me have some trouble in some of the games, but I still managed to do well in two of the games you are going to see here. And stuff, but yeah, there just seems to be something off about the game, and I don't know what it is. Like, right there, I tried to shoot a second shell, but I missed I don't even know, it just didn't shoot. So there's something going on. Tell me in the comments below if you also have been noticing it, but yeah, something's going on in the game after Wargaming updated it. It's been glitching a bunch, like it's crashed, and I've had trouble logging in and stuff. There's just some stuff going on in the game. I hope Wargaming fixes all that stuff in a patch update soon. But yeah, so playstyle of the Yoh. I would, like I said, play it peekaboo with your team. You could go either medium or a heavy side. I don't think it matters too much. It's not really a heavium. I mean, it's not quite fast enough to be a heavium, but also it doesn't quite have enough armor to be, like a big, beefy, heavy tank. So I think it's kind of somewhere in between those two, and it's just good to play second line to help out your teammates. Because, like I said, when you get that 900 damage out in 1.7 seconds, you're really decimating the enemy, but then you're on a 22-second reload, so you really want someone to be able to cover for you during that reload so you can pop out and, again, unleash your shells. So you really never want to go alone in this tank. It's probably not going to work out the best, and you probably want to always be with a teammate. So it does work pretty decently, hold down. It doesn't have the most gun depression, but you can still work it pretty decently. As you saw there, we could do a decent job on those heavies over there from this little indention in the ground. But we have racked up now about 3.7k damage, and this was actually my very first game in the Yoh on the regular server, because of course I have played it on open test, but this was my first regular game in it, and fortunately I did pretty well in it and got an ace. About 4k damage, 750 blocked, 2 kills as well, and since it was so early, the tank came out like 20 minutes before this, I was able to pick up an ace on this. 2 kills, 4k damage, in pretty much any other tank at tier 10, yeah, that would not be an ace. But since it is such a brand new tank, the ace bar is extremely low. So we're going to be jumping into one more game here in the Yoh. This one is going to be a little bit of a slow one at the beginning, but it will ramp up at the end. It's a very, long, drawn-out game, kind of. it really was pretty lame at the beginning, but fortunately I was able to turn this game around, for me at least. But yeah, so what I would say with the Yaw, I think if you're a newer player or you're not the best at playing tanks that have long reload and not that much DPM, I really wouldn't go for this tank. For most people, honestly, I wouldn't go for this tank. You're gonna have a lot of time, a lot of struggle playing this. Now, there is the 3-shot gun, which I have played on open tests, and I really hate that gun. I don't know why people would like that gun more. I hate it. It feels like just a T-57 heavy, but 100 times worse. Well, this actually feels like a different tank, because in that tank, sure, you have a little bit quicker of a clip reload, but you have like 300 alpha. And that's just, not that much fun to play with at tier 10, having like the lowest alpha in the entire tier. So I would personally go for the second gun, the 2-shot gun, but it's really up to you. Like I said, personally, I would go for the 2-shot gun just because you get that super quick 900 damage out. And then, of course, I would say the other gun might be better, but I really don't enjoy playing it. So this game right here, horrible start to this game. I get absolutely wrecked by these guys. Fortunately, I get a full clip off on that E3, but I already took a shell from the E3, a shell from that M60, and I'm going to take another shell from that E3. And so at this point, I'm just like, alright, it's going to be another one of these games where I just suck. But fortunately, I do turn it around. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the Yoh. It's an okay tank. I think it could have used a little bit, not quite as much of a reload nerf. I mean, they nerfed the reload massively by like, what, 6 seconds or something? It was a huge nerf. And they also nerfed the engine power. I think they should have not nerfed the engine power, kept it a little bit faster, given it a not quite as bad of a reload nerf, and then maybe make the interclip like 2 seconds. I think that would be perfectly balanced right there. Because this tank just doesn't, there's something feels missing from the tanks in quite a few situations, and I think that's just the DPM. It just needs a little bit more DPM in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much all for the review. I'll just kind of commentate over this game now, since there's still another like 3 minutes of it in this game. This is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. The first 3 minutes of the game were pretty boring, but it does start to get a little bit more interesting here. But yeah, tell me your thoughts if you have gotten the Yaw. I keep calling it the Yaw. I want to call it the Yaw. The Yoh. If you have gotten it, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I would love to know other people's opinion on this, because I'm not sure what other people really think about the Yoh, since not that many people have gotten it. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. I'll keep this replay going, and I'll keep talking. But yeah, so there is one more thing I do want to talk about. I'm just wondering, why is the Yoh there's so many people have this tank. I have gotten into a game with 12 Yohs in it. 12 Yohs. There were 6 on each, or no, I think it was 11. 11 or 12. There were 6 on one team, I think 5 on my team. And I've had other games like this where there's like 7, 8, 9 Yohs. And why does Wargaming let this happen? I've never seen this before. It feels like open test, but just bigger, because every tank is just a Yoh. And it really was hard for me at the beginning to get a feel for this tank, because I wasn't playing against other tanks. I was only playing against other Yohs. So I don't know why that's happening. I thought the game wouldn't allow more than 4 heavies, and especially all the exact same tank. Like, I'm not sure what's going on here, but that is quite a weird thing going on right now, and I hope that stops, because it's kind of hard to play the Yoh whenever every other tank in the game is a Yoh, and it's kind of weird. So I'm not sure what's going on right there, but hopefully that gets fixed. I think Wargaming is going to need to do a bug update, because the game has been super buggy ever since that update. So yeah, so we have racked up about 3,000 damage to this game. We're going to get another nice 1,000 clip damage, and that's what I'm talking about. This is how you want to play the tank, right here. And I didn't really understand that until kind of recently, that this tank, you really just can't do anything but be a support tank. We're really not going to do that well. And we have been doing the best at being a support tank here, and we have racked up 400 damage, which of course is doing a pretty good job at supporting. So we're going to just try to wait here. Both these guys are hidden pretty well, and I don't want to expose myself, since I am, of course, a one-shot. The Yoh takes a shell, and I was figuring he was going to die here, but fortunately, he is actually going to let us get a shell onto him as he backs up here. So we're going to clear that Yoh, right there, and now it is just a, what is this, a 5-on-3. So there's pretty much no way for us to lose here, and I've had a good game. I didn't really realize I had a good game until about right now. I was like, oh wow, I've actually had a decent game, because I was about to give up at getting a second game, and we're going to get a beautiful snapshot into that tank right there. The grill for 4.6k damage, 800 damage blocked, 2 kills, and this as well is going to be an ace game. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like I said, it's an okay tank, not horrible, not great. You can do good in situations and you can do bad in situations. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.